Hey Cancer, welcome and thank you so much for being here. So we're going to take a look at some energies that is coming in for you for, let's just say like the next 7 to 10 days. We're not going to really time the video, so just whenever you watch this, it'll be when you're meant to see it. And like I said, it'll be about 7 to 10 days out. Going forward was a card that just came out. I'm going to put it back and do an actual shuffle, but what's standing out to me is like this pathway. Okay, it's like this long road. It feels like you've been on a long road and you still have a little ways to travel before you get to where you're going, but it's like you're heading in the right direction, like you know where you want to go, and that's exactly what you're going for. I just feel like you still got a little ways to go, like you got some more work to put into something. I'm actually going to go ahead and leave that out because I think that's a very important message, is to like let you know that whatever you're heading towards, whatever you're going for, you're going to get there. And it's like there's still some hills. You see how there's like this path is still going over these hills. Like you still have some hurdles, but you're heading straight into that sunrise, that beautiful moment, that, you know, that opportunity, that joy at the end. It's like you're going to get there. It's just, you know, Spirit is just letting me know like you have a few more hurdles before you're going to end up where you're meant to be. So, Spirit, what other messages do you have for the sign of Cancer, please? They need to know for their highest good. What other messages can you give me for the sign of Cancer, please, for their highest good? Okay. I don't read these cards in reversals, you guys. We have inner peace. And that could be the path that you're on, especially with that sun being so bright. It's like finding that illumination that's inside yourself. Maybe you're on like a spiritual path in your life right now. You're trying to figure some things out. I don't know why this is going through my mind, but it just did. It's like trying to find the truth from the lies. And it may not be about a specific person or specific situation. It could just be like maybe your belief system, like maybe things that you've believed for so many years, you no longer resonate with those belief systems. So it's like trying to calm your mind and really think about like, what do I believe now? Where do I go from here? And that might be these hurdles that you're, you know, these hills or these obstacles that you still have to go through to get to that illumination at the end. It's like, what is my truth? That's the way it's coming out to me, is like, what is my truth? And maybe that's where you're standing at in your life right now, is that you just need to kind of figure out your belief system again. Obviously that's not going to resonate for everybody, but it's like I'm getting a very big spiritual message off of that. It's just like some people out there that's going to be watching this, you're on a spiritual path right now. And it's all about finding your inner truth, what your true belief system. What messages do you have for the sign of Cancer, please, for their highest good? What can you give me for Cancer, please, for their highest good? Let me say I had 2 come out. Hold your vision, which is the fixed moon, and bring love into the situation, which is new moon in Aquarius. So it's like, again, if this is not like about a spiritual path, if this is just something that you're working towards, like some dreams or goals that you've had, you know, Spirit is letting you know, like, hold on to it. Because you see, you got the mountains in this card as well. It's like there's still some obstacles, you know, there's still some things that you have to go over, the hurdles you have to go over to get to where you're wanting to go, but you're definitely going to get there, and it's like you're on the right path. And it's like whatever stresses or situations, you know, that's going to arise, it's like just remember that you're on your path, and everything you're going to go through is going to be for a reason. It's going to teach you a lesson, okay? So it's like, just for example, like let's just say you start your own business and you run into a situation that causes some type of financial loss. That sucks, yeah, granted, but there's lessons that had to be learned there as well. And especially if you're new to starting a business, like if you have never ran a business before, that is like the ultimate learning process. There's so much that has to go into that. And that's obviously just an example. It's not going to be everybody's situation, but it's just all these little things that you're going through over the course of your time. They're lessons that you have to learn. And that's what's bringing that inner peace, okay? So Spirit is letting you know, keep love in the situation. Like, keep the love in your heart. Keep, you know, your vision, like keep going towards what you're going towards, because you will get to the end of it. And all these little hurdles are what's actually making you stronger, okay? So let's see what the tarot has to say. What messages do you have for the sign of Cancer, please? What does Cancer need to know for their highest good for the next 7 to 10 days or so? About whatever situation they're dealing with in their life. And the Three of Swords coming out in reverse. I do accept these in reversals when they come out that way. So it's like letting go of this disappointment, letting go of this mental anguish that you've had. You've had so much disappointment in the past. And it's like that's what you've been holding on to. For whatever your situation is, whether you're on a spiritual journey, you're getting over a relationship, you're, going into business or something. It's like there's just, been so many disappointments. And again, I'm going back to mental anguish. It's like, how do I do this? How do I... It's that feeling of how do I do this? Like, how do I keep going forward? But it's like, that's what you're figuring out. That's where, all this strength inside you is building up. So I'm not going to keep these because it's like a whole book that fell out. But it's like we got the Seven of Cups, Five of Swords, King of Swords, Page of Swords, Knight of Swords. Good Lord. And the Four of Pentacles. So this is, and my deck is shuffled good, y'all. Like, but it's like the Knight of Swords, Page of Swords, King of Swords. There's a lot of mental energy. A lot of, it's like with that Five of Swords, it's like a lot of stressful energy. And then you got the Three of Swords as well. So like I said, there's a lot of mental here. And it's like, how do I do this? There's that same image again of like, how do I do this? What are my options? How do I go forward? What do I choose? Because with the Seven of Cups, what a lot of people forget is that it's a card of consequence as well. Like if you choose this cup over this cup, what will be the consequences of that action? And not only how does it affect you, but how will that affect other people in your lives as well? So with this consequence card coming out, it's like making sure that you're choosing the right options. And, this Five of Swords, it's about conflict, but it's also about fighting. It's about, and I don't mean fighting in the way of like fighting with somebody, but fighting for what you want, standing your ground, moving forward, having that inner strength and that mental strength to push forward. And that's where like all this sadness and disappointment from the past, it's like you're getting over that. You're like you're choosing to move forward, okay? But there's still a lot that you're holding on to, and it could be that strength that's building up inside of you. You're getting to this point of where you're like, I'm not going to fail again. I'm going to keep pushing forward. I'm going to keep doing what I've got to do. Because with this card, the Four of Pentacles, it's like holding on to something, but it's a card of, it can be like when you're holding on to something, it can be a good thing. And that's what I'm getting in this type of sense is like, you're holding on to this or to like the mentality of, I'm going to do it. I'm going to succeed. I'm going to push forward, regardless of what stands in my way. So it's like this stubbornness that comes with the Four of Pentacles. And, this King of Swords, this Page of Swords, this Knight of Swords, I'm getting like a back and forth kind of mixed energy of just, again, how do I do this? There's some like confusion of how to move forward. And it's like you're wanting something to happen quickly, okay? But it's just not going to. Because, see this very first card that fell out. Remember, we got all these hills, okay, that you're going to have to still go through. But the King of Swords is getting to that point of where you have mental clarity. You have a logical thought process. And with the Page of Swords, the pages can be messengers, but they also are students. So it's like, I'm getting more of the energy of this is you learning. You're learning your path. You're learning how to proceed forward. And with that Knight of Swords, it's like you're taking that action. So it's like you're getting some mental clarity over how you need to proceed forward. And it's going to be involved through learning some things, okay? And it could be, again, messages that are coming in. Somebody might be coming in to offer you advice or guidance, and that's what helps you move forward. Like I said, we're going to put those back, though, and see what other cards we can pull out since so many fell out once. What other messages do you have for the sign of Cancer, please? Yeah, Knight of Wands. There's that taking that action, that passion. It's like once you find the zest for what you need to do, you're going to move forward. Now, that's a very fast-moving action, just like the Knight of Swords that we just saw. They're both, two highly quick action cards. So, yeah, Two of Wands came out, Nine of Swords, Eight of Cups. Making that choice for your future, and it's stressful as hell. Like I said, we just saw like a whole bunch of mental energy. Your thoughts are just all over the place, but it's like once you get this plan figured out, once you know where you want to go and how you need to proceed forward, you're moving away from this stress. You're going to put yourself you know, because with the Eight of Cups, you're walking away from all that emotional disappointment and that everything that left you kind of lingering in that bad place. And with the Eight of Cups, you're walking towards that ninth cup. The Nine of Cups is all about being satisfied, the wish fulfillment. So that's, once you make that plan for your future and you know how to proceed forward, and that's that action card coming with this Knight of Wands, you're going to be heading towards that emotional contentment phase, and you'll be leaving a lot of stress behind. Okay, I'm gonna put those back as well. I just want one or two cards at a time, but it's like a lot of good messages are coming out about just it's all about right now. You're in the energy of just kind of getting your head together, wrapping your mind around something, and again, how to proceed forward. What other messages do you have for the sign of Cancer, please? Three of Wands. That's putting the work into something. For some of you, this is definitely about a business. And again, I'm feeling, or it could be like a side project. It could be something even dealing with your like normal 9-to-5 job or whatever. Maybe you just received a promotion and you're trying to figure some things out. But I'm sensing, yeah, see now the King of Pentacles is coming out. So it's a lot about finances right now for you. It's a lot about how to proceed forward. Put yourself in this better financial position. But it's like, you know, with that Two of Wands we just saw, that's that making your plans for your future. And it's like, once you get that figured out and you're moving into this Three of Wands phase, so it'll be like, you know, you're going to take action in the right direction. And this is where you're coming in to see, you know, it's kind of like a little bit of an evaluation process. It's like what has worked, what has not worked. And that comes into some of that mental stress that we just saw with all those swords coming out. But it's like, this is the card of, you know, waiting for that ship to come in. So, you know, once you get the plan figured out, it's kind of like you could start sitting back and just, you know, like I said, evaluate, see where you're going, what's worked, what hasn't worked, and put yourself in that better financial position. King of Pentacles is that energy of just being, you know, financially independent, being financially successful, and that's where you're trying to get to. So, I mean, there's a lot of planning, a lot of figuring things out, but the cards are showing that you're going in the exact direction you should be. So it's like what you're working on, Spirit is letting you know you are on your path. You are exactly where you're meant to be. And all these lessons that you're learning, at the end, you end up as the King of Pentacles. So it's like you get the financial situation that you are looking for. What advice do you have for the sign of Cancer regarding the situation, please? Any extra advice that you may have for Cancer, please? I don't know why this just stood out to me, but bring love into the situation just went through my mind. But it's also, it came with the vibe of don't focus solely on this. Remember other aspects of your life. Okay? Because it's like sometimes we can become so obsessed with something, especially when it comes to money, like trying to increase our money, making sure our bills are paid, you know, all of that type of thing. We can lose focus on like maybe those around us. And we can forget like, oh, we need to spend time with these people, or I don't know why that's coming through my mind the way it is, but it's like, don't forget those around you. Remember your friends, remember your family, your loved ones, your spouses, whatever. But it's like, don't let this consume you. It's that energy of just don't let this consume you. Okay. And again, I don't know why that just went through my mind, but it's like, you know, find a good balance between what you're working towards and still maintaining the relationships with everybody around you. Any more messages that you have for the sign of Cancer, please? Yeah. See, Page of Cups. There's that, you know, bringing that love into the situation, that emotion. Because you got Wands, Pentacles, Swords. You know, the only other cup that we had saw that I can remember was that Eight of Cups, and it's walking away from that emotional discontentment, getting yourself into a much better place, and that's going to come with this Page of Cups, because see, he's got that one cup. So it's like once you find that one cup, that's what gives you the ability to bring that love into the situation and head towards that place of emotional contentment. That's your ninth cup, right? That's that wish fulfillment. And again, everything is pointing to you ending up exactly where you're wanting to end up at. Any more messages that you have for the sign of Cancer, please? Any more messages for the sign of Cancer, please? Well, whole bunch. Hold up. Oh, okay. So we got the Chariot that came out, Major Arcana, Five of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. There's that disappointment. And that's that mental, that emotional disappointment that you had felt, prior to figuring some things out. And that might be the energy that you're actually in. Like, you may have not figured out your game plan quite yet. But with this Chariot, it's about heading towards your goals, taking the right actions, being on the right path, going down the right road. And that's that road right there. That's the road that you're heading down that was in that card. But it's like, it's almost this feeling of just, it's like things maybe haven't happened as fast as you wanted them to, or they didn't happen in the way that you wanted them to, and that's where some of this kind of disappointment is heading from. I'm not picking up a very strong energy off of this Five of Cups. It's a small energy of disappointment, okay? It's not something that's going to hold you back or hold you down for very long, because again, once this inspiration and everything kicks back in and you figure some things out, this all goes away. Like, you head forward in such a very fast, powerful way. But it's like, when you head forward in a very fast and powerful way, getting over this. It's like I said, you won't be in a negative energy for very, very long before you're over that energy. With the Three of Pentacles coming in, you may end up getting assistance from somebody else. I'm seeing this more or less as like, somebody kind of just assisting you with something. Somebody may recognize you and they may want to get involved with what you got going on. They may even, this could be this Page of Cups, this messenger that's coming in as well. We saw that Page of Swords earlier as well, and pages are messengers. So it could be some messages that are coming in from somebody that wants to get involved with what you got going on. A partnership of some sort, some type of an alliance. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is all about that steady growth, and again, it's coming up right up underneath this King of Pentacles, so it's showing me you're heading in the right direction, okay? But getting there is just going to be a slow process. Remember all these hurdles, this path that you have to go down, and you're on the right path. This is basically saying that, that you are on your right path. And you're going to get into this King of Pentacles. It's just going to take you the time. And I feel like that's just coming back to this Five of Cups. That's where some of this disappointment's coming from. It's just not happening as quickly as you want it to. But, think about it. Nothing that's going to be sustainable at the end happens overnight, okay? It's all about that slow growth, because lessons have to be learned. And I don't know why that's going through my head again, but it's like Spirit is letting you know, throughout this process, there are certain lessons that you have to learn. Now, that energy also comes in with the Chariot, too. It's like, as we proceed forward, again, on our path, there are certain lessons that we have to learn that propels us into the next phase of our life. And that's kind of that's just the energy that you're going through right now. The Two of Wands, again, that we saw earlier, leading into this Three of Wands, it's making those plans for that future. And it's taking the right actions that you need to take. But I don't feel like love, romance at all in this. This is just with these wands and these pentacles. I'm just getting this, like a work, side project, some type of, endeavor that you're doing. But I think somebody's going to come in. They're going to recognize something that you have going on, and they're going to want to be involved with it. It could just simply be them offering advice to you. I'm not really seeing that, though. I'm seeing more or less like they want to work with you. So you may be taking on a partnership. Now, with all partnerships, be warned about the people around you. And that's just, just a common sense message. Make sure you know the person that you're getting involved with. Make sure that you have a common vision. And make sure this person's, actually trustworthy, okay? So you guys, I really hope this message helped you. Like I said, this will take place for the next 7 to 10 days or so. If this does not resonate with you at all, then just be sure to check out your other sign placements. You might have some messages in one of those, okay? Thank you guys, and I will see you guys next video.